team around him because
oh god.
Let's just face it, if you have to pull this kind of stunts, you're never going to be Michael Jordan. No one's ever going to be Michael Jordan. Stop trying to be Michael Jordan and just grow up.
Be your own self.
It's getting ridiculous.
I have a question. Will they bring out another chorus to sing him a song again to keep him to stay?
Quite possibly, actually. That's all I hear.
Thank you.
And all it's been on ESPN, it's like, oh my God, we've had no hitters like crazy, and it's just in other sports up in the very top corner of the screen. LeBron. And meanwhile, it's LeBron goes fishing. LeBron walks across the street. LeBron has a bowel movement. We'll tell you what he ate right after this. But he's even having such a big role in the front office. He's telling the team what trades to make to move up into the draft to draft the potential new point guard that he wants to play with. It's
what a douche.
It's pretty crappy.
Wow.
I'm more or less paying attention, though, to Carmelo Anthony, who is a local product. I believe he played for DeMatha, if I'm not mistaken. He opts out of his contract from the New York Knicks, which comes as a surprise for me because Phil Jackson becomes general manager up there, the man behind Michael Jordan and Kobe and Shaq and Scottie Pippen, and for a lesser extent Dennis Rodman, but we won't go there. 3 key places people are saying he'll either load up with Kobe in Los Angeles, he will somehow manage to find his way to South Beach, and then Miami will just explode with the size of LeBron and Carmelo's egos on the court at one given night, and they will have the worst season ever. I personally see him going to Chicago. It's a good fit. There's a lot of defenders, so all he has to do is say, give me the ball, and it will happen. Now, on to our birds of orange and black. As of last week, O's had taken 2 of 3 from the Yanks. Caleb Joseph, who is hitting who at the time was hitting a robust, let's see, this talent was amazing. I think it was about 156, something around there. Which the Mendoza line is 200, in case you guys wanted to know that little tidbit. So he was sucking something fierce. He was about 6 for 89 in his first 95 at bats. Mm-hmm. So that says something. But in his last 20 at bats, like 9 for 11, 3 home runs, doubles. He's finally living up and showing what he can do. Kevin Gausman, you guys remember how good he was doing, right? I mean, three starts, 1 earned run, something ridiculous strikeouts.
Mm-hmm. Start real strong there, and then
I actually kind of want to pose this question, you guys. Sure. You've got your number 1 prospect. You see him doing phenomenally. You know you have one of your starters on the disabled list. When that starter comes back, given how good your prospect is doing, do you let him stay and continue until he hits a brick wall and put the injured man in the bullpen? Or do you just kind of say, who cares, he'll land on his feet, and push the prospect aside and bring in the injured guy?
Undoubtedly, I go with the first choice. Like,
go with the prospect. Easy.
Yeah, not so much for the Orioles front office.
Oh, yeah.
They send him down when Gonzo comes back. He has an abbreviated 1-inning start, which they bill as a side throwing session where he gets hit in the leg by a line drive, gives up 3 runs, and then comes back on short rest to make another start where he gets tagged for 6 earned runs and a loss against Tampa, is sent back down to the minors again to make a abbreviated start last night for Aberdeen, and is only a 50-50 shot to make a start for the Orioles on Sunday in Boston. Jim Palmer, who I generally kind of want to slap the lazy eye out of. I mean, I'm sorry, the guy looks like a stroke victim. Like, half of his face is just sitting downward. It's like, oh, well, back when I was like, so, dude, don't look at me. He absolutely destroyed the O's front office handling of Gausman a couple of nights ago, just basically saying, you're throwing him off his game, you're sending all the wrong signals. This is why prospects and people don't stay in Baltimore, because they're treated like this. But, of course, it's I'm not paid money to, run the team, but this is obviously wrong. The guy who was injured, Miguel Gonzalez, since he's come back, averages 4 2/3 innings per start, has not won a single game, and is basically looking like a big load of doo-doo. So, yeah, once again, a screw-up by the always front office. Manny Machado,
Oh, wait.
There you go.
he's starting to wake up. It might be because this is his new alarm clock, but he's showing that line drive capability. Hit 3 home runs just in this past week in 3 straight games. Starting to make the contact again, shortening up his swing. And then Major League Baseball says, okay, that 5-game suspension you had looming, yeah, you're not getting anything taken off. Take a seat. So for the next 5 days, which includes his 4-game series at Texas and 1 against Boston, he is not in the lineup. One bright note for him, though, he has released his own line of salsa. Which
I did hear about this.
This can be found in all giant grocery stores around the Baltimore area. Manny Machado salsa.
See, you don't even have to buy an ad for this on here. This is just
God.
it's priceless.
Prime territory.
Welcome to Manny Machado salsa play. Take yourself to all giant and grocers around the Baltimore area and get yours in mild or medium today. Goes great with your own Tostitos.
Can't you see Robert Rodriguez directing this? Directed by Los Troublemaker Studios.
El Rey Network.
Johnny Trejo is
yes.
Manny Machado. Kills with the bat.
Can see it now. Just Manny, don't text. But if you want to be like Manny, you eat the salsa. It's machete kick-ass. So that's going on for Manny. Around baseball, however, there is a surge in no-hitters. Josh Beckett throws the first one, I believe, in mid-April. Clayton Kershaw, who for the month of June had a .61 earned run average, has a 28 innings pitched without giving up a run streak going on right now. Struck out about 70-some batters, or not 70-some, about 50 just in the month of June. And then just last week, as I was about to get my car to drive over here, Tim Lincecum throws his second no-hitter in 2 years against the same team, San Diego Padres, and it's just everyone's kind of wondering why. You take a look at the AL East, everybody except Boston and Tampa are in this one. It's still a 4-team race. Offense is down across the league, and everyone's kind of having a, what the hell's going on? But been a real big surge into those, and I'd probably say 1 or 2 more before the end of the year, the way this is going, because people keep pitching the way Clayton's been pitching this year for the Dodgers. It's hard. It's hard to swing right now. So, speaking of swing, I've got definitely something to swing off on with these movies that came out this past week. So I think maybe Brian, you want to go next?
I think I can go next. Lots.
Because I saw an awesome movie.
Who do tell?
Do tell. I'll let you go ahead.
I won't say awesome because it's no script or writing required for this type of movie.
I'm
but
afraid I know what it is.
I kind of have a feeling.
Dude,
I know.
Transformers, man.
Okay, well,
Okay.
Did you happen to see it, Bradley? Because that's what I was kicking off
It
with.
was on my list. I have yet to, I was thinking about, like, should I do last night? But I'm getting home at 8.
All right.
And they'll have a 3D thing at, like, 10. I'm like, I don't want to do 3D.
Good. Did you do it in 3D?
Oh, I did like the IMAX 3D.
Me too.
I did.
Yeah,
Had
Christy,
to.
Okay.
Christy and I did it as well. There's,
I'm the odd man out.
yeah, there's reasons for it. We talked about before how Michael Bay decided to shoot with the new IMAX cameras. And
that's why.
that was my reason. It's like, if you're going to shoot in a really good 3D IMAX camera, it's state-of-the-art, I will pay that extra money to go see it. I will not go to see a post-converted movie anyway.
Yeah.
That was the most expensive trip to the movies in a while. But
I think I dropped at least
$50.
$50 there.
Yeah,
including concessions, 2 tickets. And,
Yeah, I was 40. Yeah.
yeah, almost. Yeah. All right, you go ahead. All right, I'm sorry. Let me try this again.
He just gave his
It's a
rating.
3.
Damn it!
Out of 5 Bohs.
No, I didn't. I was close, but no. Out of 5 Bohs, 5 being the best, what do you give it, James?
Given it's a Michael Bay and there's no talent when it comes to writing, I put him on that same level as George Lucas when it comes to script writing. Yeah, you send all the hate mail you want. Hayden Christensen, don't even go there. I give it a solid 4.
Wow.
Visually epic. There wasn't a lot of that kind of unnecessary camera footage like in the first series.
Yeah.
So I give it a 4.
All right. We won't go spoilers. Is that fair enough? Okay.
Oh, yeah, we won't spoil.
Because I won't do that to Bradley. I think he would still like it. I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 5. And there's nothing for in between. Okay. Transformers 1 is by far the best Transformers movie. Easily, without a doubt. This is not Transformers 1. It is not Transformers 2. I'm debating if I like this more than Transformers 3. And I'm saying about that second half, everything set in Chicago. Okay, because to me that was a very, was it climatic? I think it's the word climatic fight, or just battle in general, or whatever. Lot leading up to it at the same time, though, too.
And it just crescendos right there.
Yeah, and it's just like, this is what it's all coming down to. Cybertron is coming to Earth. They're trying to do it, or whatever. And I'm still in between on that. I saw this movie on Sunday, and I skipped church for it. How dare me?
We won't hold it against you.
All right, I will say this. It is the biggest Transformers we've had so far, without it. I'm not talking about the length of the movie, 2 hours and 46 minutes. Michael Bay, come on, buddy.
Yeah, make sure you go 1 and 2 before you sit down for this movie.
And don't get the big popcorn. Oof, you're gonna feel that afterwards, yeah.
No drinks before going in.
All right, here's some good stuff and bad. The Autobots are more humanized in this. You intervene, James. It's okay.
Yeah, there was. I think even like with the main bad guy. I know I have to say main because
Lockdown.
Yeah,
Lockdown. We're telling you everything you've seen in the trailer.
Yeah, it was almost a little bizarre, but they had more kind of persona and a little more behind them as opposed to.
Some people say it's the facial features on.
Is it more just? I was about to say, is it more of the visual quality of how the Transformers look,
even
or
better?
Is it
even better?
Well, I mean, just like they're personified, obviously, just the facial impressions, or is it obviously just how they're written? Well,
I think it's actually how they're written,
how the script is, and they're more. I guess show more emotion.
Yeah, that I liked. You have John Goodman doing a voice.
I think that was my favorite.
Yeah,
one.
me too.
Unbelievable.
Easy. He played Hound. He played the Transformer Hound.
Ken Watanabe.
Ken Watanabe. I forgot Ken Watanabe was in this. And I mean, for what he was in there,
how fitting it was for him too.
Yeah,
you'll laugh when you see it too.
I gotcha.
Yeah, you'll get it. The other ones were not as memorable. Not saying they were good. Optimus Prime is Optimus Prime.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah. You see more of Optimus Prime in this. Actually, I think it's safe to say. Bumblebee is back. I'm not saying he didn't get a lot. He didn't get a good amount of screen time, but because the whole Sam Witwicky thing was not there, Bumblebee played a different part in this. I think you could say it's not the boy in his car. It's just Bumblebee's there. But he's still
the parts where they did have him though, they wrote that so well though.
Yeah, I did like that.
It was funny.
Yeah, he's just used in a different way, Bradley. I don't know, but he's still Bumblebee at the same time. He still looks like him, but improved. I mean, he's still
well, it's the next model. You got to update the camera.
It's an old model into a new model.
Yeah.
Had to go clean up after that one.
I wrote so many notes. This is one of the hardest reviews I've had to do so far.
Really,
the story is, and I literally put this meh. Yeah, it's an incomplete story, is what it is.
Plot holes abound.
Well, you could probably find plot holes. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah.
5 years later, we hate you.
We don't need you anymore.
Oh my God, we better go hide. We're gonna hunt you down. Government espionage. Blah 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 blah.
But what is it leading up to?
That's the big one.
That's the problem I have with it. That's why I like number 3 still better right now than this one. For that part. At least
what was accomplished.
I guess